So today I'm actually going to be doing a book review, and the book I will be reviewing is The Child Thief by Bram, and this is a dark retelling of Peter Pan. I read it last week and I really enjoyed it. This is more true to the original story of Peter Pan than the Disney Disney version that we all know and love. I actually never read the original Peter Pan that this is inspired by, but I'll kind of read you a line from the author's note that kind of gave him the inspiration for this story. So here's what it says in the back, in the author's note. It says, here's a quote from the original Peter Pan. The boys on the island vary, of course, in numbers according as they get killed and so on. And when they seem to be growing up, which is against the rules, Peter thins them out. But at this time, there were 6 of them, counting the twins as 2. Thins them out, huh? What does that mean? Does Peter kill them, like culling a herd? Does he send them away somewhere? If so, where? Or does Peter just put them in such peril that the crop is in need of constant replenishing? That one paragraph forever changed my perception of Peter Pan from that of a high-spirited rascal to something far more sinister. Thins them out. The words keep repeating in my head. How many children had Peter stolen? How many had died? How many had been thinned out? Peter himself said, to die will be an awfully big adventure. So that's just kind of a quote from the back in the author's note of how Bram got his inspiration for The Child Thief. Like I said, you guys, this is a very dark retelling, but it is really good. There's so much themes and lessons that run throughout the story. That's just so good. So much about loss, abandonment, and loss of innocence, of childhood. So I really enjoyed this. I really liked seeing the characters in their story. Peter, we get Peter's backstory, and oh my gosh, I felt so bad for him when we see his backstory as a child and how he was abandoned and how he had to grow up. My heart broke for Peter. I was like, oh my gosh, no wonder you just despise adults and you are the way you are, because he had a horrible, crappy childhood, and I just felt so completely bad for him. What initially drew me into this book, when I saw it at Barnes & Noble, I picked it up and I read the prologue. And the prologue just really got me, and that's really what drew me into wanting to pick up this book. And so I did, and I'm glad because it was really good. But the prologue is really intense as well. I will say, as a warning, that there are a couple scenes in here that could be triggering for some people, people who may have been victims of sexual assault. There are some scenes in here that may be triggering. There are 2 scenes in here, one in the prologue and then one in the sort of middle of the book, where no one actually gets raped, but it comes very close. It's an attempted rape, basically. So it comes very close, and this is very, this book is very descriptive, and that's another thing is like you can picture everything that happens in this book perfectly because it's very, very descriptive. And the writing is very beautiful, but it's very descriptive. You can picture everything perfectly. So that's why I do want to kind of put a sort of warning on this, because it may be triggering to some people when you get to those scenes with the attempted sexual assault. That can be triggering. So I wanted to put that out there because, like I said, it's very descriptive as well. Also, this is an adult novel, so it is going to be very heavy on the language and also the violence in here. Like I said, it's a dark retelling, so it's a lot of violence, a lot of blood and gory scenes. Like I said, it's very descriptive, so you can pretty much picture all the gory scenes perfectly. And there is a lot of language, strong language in here. I think the F word is pretty much every other sentence in here. When someone is talking, every other word is probably the F word. So, yeah, this is an adult novel, so just keep that in mind. Strong language, lots of violence, graphic scenes. So, like I was saying with the characters, I really felt bad for Peter hearing his story. Really felt bad for him. What I do like about the characters, though, are they are so complex and kind of morally ambiguous. And so in most books, you have characters that it's very clear cut who are the good guys, who are the bad guys, who are the villains, who are the heroes. It's very clear cut in most books and novels. And with this one, with Child Thief, it's not clear cut like that. It's, there are no good guys and bad guys. Everyone is just really complex. Everyone does these things that, are horrible at times, do things to hurt each other. But what I like about some of the characters and what I like about Peter is that their intentions are still good in a way. Because everything that Peter is doing is to protect Avalon and protect the lady. And he's got good intentions, but he goes about it in just the wrong way. And so that's kind of one of the things I found really interesting with this character, because it's like, even though he's doing all this stuff that you would think, okay, this is bad, this isn't good, why are you doing this, Peter? But, in his head, it's like, no, this is the right thing to do because this is going to save us. This is what we should do. So to him, it's the right thing to do, though he doesn't see, like, why it's wrong in a way. And so I thought that was interesting, and that's kind of one of the reasons I like Nick and Peter's relationship. I like Nick's character, and I like his relationship with Peter because his character really gets Peter to question some of the things that he does, and Nick challenges Peter and questions him, and makes him it makes Peter have to stop and think, okay, what am I doing? Like, is this really the right thing to be doing? if it hurts, so many others, what am I doing here? So it gets him to question himself. And so that's kind of what I liked about their relationship. So, yeah. The only thing I'll say is, like, with um, Peter, with his character, like, I understand why he despises adults and, like, never wants to grow up and never wants to become, like, one of them. Because they were so just abusive and mean to him. All the adults in his life were so abusive and mean to him. But it just made me really wish that there was at least one adult in his life that was kind to him, just so it could sort of challenge him a bit more in his thinking, and so he would see that, hey, not everyone, you can't put every adult or every person in a group and say everyone is like this, because everyone's different, everyone's not the same. So I would have liked to kind of see that, like, see an adult in his life, like, actually be kind to him and try to help him. And so it kind of challenges his thinking, like, wait, maybe they're not all bad, maybe there are some that are good. And maybe it wouldn't challenge his thinking. Maybe it would just make him think, they're being nice, but they're trying to get something from it. They're trying to get something out of me, and that's why they're being nice right now. But as soon as they get what they want, they're going to, turn back to being evil and malicious, because that's how adults are. So maybe that would be something he would think as well. I don't know, but I kind of wanted to sort of see that potential in his life, to have that kind, caring adult, and see how he sort of took to that and react to it. So that's the only thing I kind of wish I saw in this. And then as far as the plot in here goes, I thought it was really good. I did not know where this book was going when I started it, and for the longest time into it, I was like, okay, I'm still not sure what's gonna happen here, where is this going? And so I like that it wasn't, it wasn't really predictable in that sense, because it's kind of like, okay, you're getting all these kids together, but it's not until, like, later on, I think maybe halfway through the story, when they kind of explain what's going on in Avalon, and, like, why Peter is trying to get all these kids. That's when we really finally understand, oh, okay, this is what's going on here. And so, yeah, I didn't know where it was going for a while. So like I said, it made it sort of unpredictable. The other thing I'll say is it has some really cool illustrations as well. So it's, let's see. And some of the pictures are really creepy. Like, okay, well, like that one, the Reverend, that's like a super creepy picture. So some of these illustrations are kind of creepy, but it goes with the tone of the book. This book, like I said, is a very dark, creepy retelling. So it does go with the tone of the book. I really enjoyed this. I gave it, I think I'm going to say 4.5 out of 5 stars. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. It is a darker retelling, so if you're not into dark stories, then this might not be the book for you. And again, like I said, it's an adult novel, so it is graphic. There's lots of violence, lots of gore, lots of language. So yeah, just be aware of that. So that's pretty much it, you guys. Those are kind of my thoughts on The Child Thief. If you guys have read The Child Thief, let me know some of your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you thought of it. And yeah, I will see you guys soon with another video. Bye.